All right, everybody, we are back. This is a broadcast of the Ebony Star Network, sponsored by the Earthen Nation. It's Gangsta Talk. All right, it's been a while. Going to get reacquainted. Going to talk about Christmas, but we're going to talk about some things happening with Black women. Most, we may touch a little bit more on Shanquella, but we definitely going to get into this Megan Thee Stallion thing. I got a lot to say that. I'm sorry, I got a lot to say about that. And I got my partner with me, Miss Frankie. She'll be up there with me. So everybody sit back, get ready to roll. It's Gangster Talk coming up now. All right, Dame, drop it. Blow, man. I tell you, we as Black people, we've come a long way in just about everything. I mean, now that you listen to that, some of those lyrics didn't make any sense. He was just throwing stuff together. Dib, dib, dab, so socialize. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? And it was, but Curtis Blow was like Smokey Robinson. You know what I'm saying? He was like the Smokey Robinson of rap music. Just about everything he touched back then was a hit. I don't know if the man didn't have a hit. I mean, everything he touched was a hit. Basketball was a hit. I think the only thing that messed him up when he tried to go and sing. I mean, Dame.
Yeah.
Let me introduce my partner. I'm not going to say partner in crime anymore because that's not what we should be promoting. We shouldn't be promoting crime. Okay. From now on, I'm going to say my partner in business, Miss Dame Frankie, aka the female knight herself, the Dame. What's going on, Dame?
Not much. Cold weather, freezing, cooking.
Well, we got a lot to get into because I'm all over this Megan Stallion thing. I couldn't wait to go live tonight. Me and Dame was in the back chat going at it about this Meg Thee Stallion, and we decided to bring that conversation out here so you guys can hear what we were talking about. But before we get to that, let me give a shout out to the people who are coming in. And okay, you got Tampa Supreme saying Black women got to respect themselves. Well, Tampa, how do you know that Black women don't respect themselves? See, you guys in the manosphere, y'all got to stop saying stuff like that. Okay? There's no way that you can tell that. You're talking about 20 plus million women. Okay? You can't say 20 plus million women don't respect themselves simply because you feel that you can say that. Okay? Y'all got to stop saying things like that. That makes no sense. And it really makes you look bad in the intellectual department. Okay? You guys are making these outrageous claims talking about Black women. How do you know that? Have you talked to every single Black woman here in America? No, you haven't. Have you witnessed the behavior of every Black woman here in America? No, you haven't. So stop saying these things. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, and the things that how they respect themselves, you constantly say it is not. So you don't know what they do to show they respect themselves.
I mean, I'm asking the question: do Black men respect themselves? I mean, the crap that you guys are on right now, do you respect yourself? Got all these femboys walking around. But anyway, we'll put that on the back burner for a second. All right, let's get into this topic. Then you got your FBI, do your FBI thing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we're going to get right on it with the Meg Thee Stallion thing. I got a lot to say. A lot to say about Tory Lane. A lot to say about this whole thing.
All right.
And some of you out there aren't going to like what I got to say.
Do they ever?
I'm going to give you a heads up now because, I'm telling you, Negroes, I ain't going to like what I got to say. Go ahead, man.
All right. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use, I repeat, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, definitely, comment, assuredly, news report, only for those who don't know, teacher, want to learn something new today. Scholarship or research is not an infringement of copyright.
All right, then. So let's play the videotape. Let's play that. Let's hear what that, and then we'll go off that. Okay.
Okay.
We will go off of that. Okay, Dame, do you
Here we
have it?
go. Okay.
All right.
27th at 8:30 a.m. Reporting live in downtown LA, I'm Cristiano Cordero, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
How many eyewitnesses? Did she say 82 eyewitnesses?
We have breaking news, and Scott Reif is in Air 7 HD above downtown.
All right, Joe, we're trying to get the footage. Okay. Play it. Do you have it ready, Dane?
Hold on,
Is it working?
Second. It's supposed to be working. Hold on.
The jury has found rapper Tory Lanez guilty of shooting fellow rapper.
Oh my goodness.
You have a storm in your area somewhere?
Rapper Megan Thee Stallion after a 2020 party in the Hollywood Hills.
Let's get right to Eyewitness News reporter Cristiano Cordero, who is live in the courthouse in downtown LA with the breaking details of the verdict just handed down. Cristiano.
Colleen, David, sometimes attorneys that are representing these high-profile cases will come and talk to us. We don't necessarily expect that to happen here where we're standing right now, as we have learned, and we saw ourselves kind of chaos unfold within the courtroom moments after the verdict was read. But first, let's talk about the verdict itself. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, guilty. Having a concealed firearm in a vehicle that's not registered, guilty. And discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, guilty. Tory Lanez showed up in court today wearing a pink coat, a white turtleneck, similar to what he was wearing yesterday. He was smiling with family beforehand, of course, optimistic as this jury went into day 2 of deliberations. But then that quickly changed. The jury of 7 women and 5 men walked into the courtroom, and their verdict was read as they handed it over to the bailiff. So guilty, guilty, guilty. There was no reaction from Tory Lanez right when the verdicts were read, but then as soon as the judge dismissed the jury, his father actually stood up in the courtroom and yelled, pointing, looking at prosecutors, saying, "You two are evil, you are wicked," and a lot of other inaudible things. This lasted about a minute or so with his father standing up and his father's wife standing up. Of course, extremely emotional now that his son is facing 22 years, a maximum of 22 years in prison, and was taken away in handcuffs in front of his children 2 days before Christmas. But it also has kind of been the manifestation of a lot of the energy that's happening outside of the courtroom. Megan Thee Stallion herself has testified that she feels she has faced consequences to her career for bringing this to court, but she feels like she needs to in order to amplify the struggle that Black women face in getting criminal justice as victims and feeling protected within the rap industry. So today, the jurors at least said, "We hear you, we see you, and we believe you." But it seems like this is kind of just the beginning of some of the energy around a trial that has entered a new phase. Sentencing is scheduled for January 27th at 8:30 a.m. Reporting live in downtown LA, I'm Cristiano Cordero, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, you can stop it, Dane. I find it very funny that they would say he was put in handcuffs and taken away in front of his children. What was that? Okay, and so you'll probably hear some guys saying they took him away in front of his children. Well, maybe you shouldn't shoot people. Maybe he shouldn't have shot somebody. You got to put the responsibility on Tory Lane for his own behavior. And I mean, does he respect the fact that he has children? You put yourself in this kind of situation to where you're possibly facing 22 years. And I hope you get all 22 years. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Okay, you put yourself possibly facing 22 years. They arrested you or put you in handcuffs in front of your children. Okay? And I understand, Dame, that they're saying that Megan Thee Stallion lied. Is that what they're saying?
Oh yeah, there's been all going through YouTube streets about Meg Thee Stallion so-called lying, and that she confessed to lying. Okay, so from what I read, she didn't confess to lying about Tory Lane shooting her. No, she confessed that when they were on their way to the hospital and the police pulled them over, she told the cops a lie that she stepped on glass. She didn't tell the cops she was being shot.
Okay, let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
So either at that point she was either afraid for her life, so she lied about getting shot, or she was trying to protect her.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what she said.
She was trying to protect her.
Yeah. She explained that
and it's my understanding that the semi-automatic weapon handgun has double action on it. So that means he intended to shoot, because you have to cock that thing before you fire it. That's what double action is all about. You got to cock it before you fire it. It's not single action like a Glot or these other guns where you just pull the trigger and go bang, 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 bang. No, it's double action. You got to cock it before you fire it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that means he had intent. So he had to cock that hammer, then pull the trigger. That means he intended to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If it was single action and he just shot, maybe you can say, oh, the gun just went off or something. Well, because it's double action, can't say that. Exactly. He intended to shoot. And so he is supposed to go to jail. And I think that they need to make an example out of him. Give him all 22 and make an example out of him, because you guys got to get it through your thick skulls. The women and your children are the most precious thing you have. You got to start treating them the right way. Guys like this need to be made an example of. You want to be some kind of, some kind of make-believe gangster? Well, it's time to pay the price of a gangster. John Gotti went to jail for it. John Gotti died in what was that name? A maximum underground prison or something he was in? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotti died in prison. Al Capone died in prison. Bumpy Johnson died of a heart attack in Woolworths. Okay. So you want to be a gangster, then you're going to have to pay the price of a gangster. You know what kills me, man? When are you guys ever going to grow up, man? You guys are constantly living your lives through TV shows, comic books, old gangster movies. You know, you want to be Elliot Ness. You want to be Teddy Rowe. You want to be Bumpy Johnson. You want to be Nicky Barnes. You want to be
Mhm.
Frank Lucas.
And if not that, they want to be pimps.
Right. And then you want to be the Kings of New York. You want to be Frank White. Y'all need to grow up, man. You see, y'all don't understand. This type of thinking is a very immature way of thinking. This is not the thinking of an adult. That's why you guys end up in the stuff you end up in because you are dangerous kids. You're overgrown, dangerous teenagers who are playing adult games with a juvenile mentality. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then many of you are blind as hell. You don't know how to reason. You don't know how to intellectually balance things out. You always see things one-sided. Again, that goes to the immaturity. Kids want what they want. Kids are unreasonable when it comes down to things. Kids don't want to negotiate. Kids are selfish, they're greedy, they want what they want. That's why you got to have discipline, and that's why they have to be taught. You guys make all of these rants and whatnot, trying to emphasize that she lied, but she didn't lie about getting shot.
No. In fact, unfortunately, she was in a way protecting him. Because one, she was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Two, as she said, at the time we were at the heights of the police brutality with George Floyd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want anyone to die. And
Look,
and let's be real, it's not really acceptable in the Black community to cooperate with cops, especially at that time. Oh,
well,
cops.
that's well, see, the Black community. No, we can't say that because the Black community doesn't have any leadership. And if you're talking about it's not acceptable to communicate with police when you have black men, so-called black men, terrorizing your neighborhood, terrorizing your your environment. So you don't want to tell the cops to stop the this juvenile with a gun with double action on it. You don't want him to stop shooting people in the neighborhood. I mean, you guys are some of the. You guys are some of the. You guys are like cliches, man. And you're okay with being that. You don't want to be nothing in life but a failure.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything decent from today's black men. I haven't heard nothing, man. All you guys do is argue about what women do, and you want nothing out of life except for submissiveness, submissiveness from women, so you can treat them as sex slaves. That's it. That's why you got your own group, the Passport Brothers. I wish you'd go to hell on. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And this thing about snitching, she said when they were crossing examiner, she initially had no intention of talking about what happened. And she, quote, she didn't want to be a snitch. But she felt she had to defend her name because people were making things up, suggesting she never been shot at all. I remember that. I remember that people saying she didn't get shot at. She stepped on glass. She stepped on nail. That's what she get for walking around barefooted and stuff like that. Um and and that she just got out of the car and was trying to do the I'm gonna walk home until she stepped on something. Yeah, I remember all that. And then when she was at the hospital and they pulled pieces of a bullet out of her foot, well, of course, the hospital got to report that to the police. You know that. Do you know you got shot? No, I thought I stepped on some glass. Yeah, but the glass should be under your foot instead of on top of your foot.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
look
I
at it
remember
this
all
way.
that conversation. Mm-hmm.
I look at it this way. You know, he doesn't appreciate the fact that she tried to lie to save him. See, these dudes don't deserve any special treatment. You don't, because you don't have any respect for the women that still, for some reason, trying to save y'all. And you ain't trying to do nothing for her except disrespect her, call her all kinds of names. Talking about you don't want to be with her. See, the least you over here trying to beat her down,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that you're gonna go to other countries. Man, you guys got like what do they call that? Delusions of grandeur. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are delusional, man. It don't even work the way y'all talking about that. We just gonna go to different countries. It don't work like that. You ain't just gonna show up in some other country and be some damn gigolo. Do you know some countries, right? When you take the girl, and I forgot when you take the girl and you want to support her or whatever. Do you know some countries consider that married?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope he does get the maximum sentence because the message has to be sent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This fool got women. He's shooting them in the foot. What is he? Ike Turner? What is he? What's the pimp name? Iceberg Slim. And like I said, you guys don't have any hope. If you're not a comic book character, you're a fake wannabe gangster. You want to be like again. You want to be like Elliot Ness. You want to be like what's the guy with the two Tommy guns? Bugsy Siegel. You know, the white man has shown you that it's cool to be a gangster.
Yeah, it's cool for him to be a gangster.
And then y'all don't even do. First of all, y'all not even doing what the mob is doing. The mob are businessmen. They're gangsters, but they're about business. Y'all not even about that. Y'all ain't about no business. Y'all want to be gangsters that make pump and dump videos.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be gangsters that come up on panels and try to outtalk women, try to argue women. And then your whole priority is to go have sex with women in other countries. This is why you can't say anything about what's going on in the community because you've allowed the community to fall in ruin and there is no black male leadership to speak of in these communities. So then you had an article too, right? That you were reading back there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pull that up. Let's see what you got to say about that. But yeah, I think that he should go to jail for the whole maximum sentence. Add in 5 more years if they can. Okay? I think that any more crime against black women should be met with the most stiff penalty imagined. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and then the reason why he shot her because defendant has a bruised ego. Meg was more successful than him. She just disrespected his rapping. He has a massive ego and could not handle being disrespected. The defendant shot Megan.
Okay, so you telling me that he shot this woman because she didn't like his rapping?
Oh, yeah. She just, yeah, didn't like his rapping.
Wow.
That's probably why he told her dance beat.
That's something a kid would do. A kid would get mad if you don't like the way he rap or whatever. That's sad. Again, he should get the maximum penalty. And he should be an example. He should be made an example of. They need to throw everything at this dude, including the kitchen sink. Anything else they could find. They need to throw it at this guy to send a serious message to black men that this is not going to be tolerated anymore. You're not going to brutalize our women. You're going to stop mistreating and trying to harm our women. There's going to be severe consequences going forward. You start hitting these guys with football numbers, they'll cut this shit out. So you're lucky, man, you guys lucky I'm not the law. Okay? You'll be scared to say something out of the way to a black woman if I was the law. I'd throw you in jail for calling a black woman a B. Okay?
Yep.
I'll give you a week in the jail cell for that. Okay? And I'm not playing either. Damn, am I playing?
Nope.
Dead serious. I will throw you in jail for a week just for calling a black woman a B. So, okay, then, do you have the article?
Okay, yeah. So
All right.
Lane lawyer tried to say that Meg Thee Stallion, that what happened was there was a fight between Meg Thee Stallion and her former friend and personal assistant, Kelsey Harris, because they found out that he was sleeping with both of them. And that he tried to say the former friend and personal assistant, Kelsey Harris, was the one who shot her.
Who is this Corey?
No,
Who's this Corey Carpenter?
No, Kelsey Harris.
No, the guy in the chat.
Huh?
Is that a troll or is that somebody that has a difference of opinion? Corey, do you have something to say other than come here and throw childish names back and forth? You have anything to add to the discussion? Because I'm willing to hear what people got to say. I'm going to open up the panel in a minute. I'm willing to hear what y'all got to say. Okay? As long as you got a difference of opinion and not come up here and be childish and call names. I don't have patience for that. Okay? Now, if you just want to come in here and call somebody a simp, I'm not interested in that. You can go ahead and leave. Okay? Go play with the third graders or something. But if you have a difference of opinion, let's hear it. I think that he should get the maximum penalty. Anybody want to challenge me on that? Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. So he's trying to put it that way. He's saying that Meg Thee Stallion concocted a fake story about shooting for public reasons, calling her a liar, saying it was a better story that Lang shot her in the foot rather than her former friend. Yeah, in fact, let me see. Kelsey Harris tried to stay out of it. Let me see. Wait. Where was it? Let me see. Where did she say? Okay, Lang's attorney questioned Harris why Harris would have gunshot residue on her, as a test determined that she did if she wasn't the person who fired the shot. And he said police failed to test her DNA to check if it could be found on the weapon. Yeah, that's what they're trying to say. That Harris shot her. And in the rebuttal, the prosecutor said it would be easier for Meg Thee Stallion to accuse Harris of shooting, and it had cost her a lot to accuse Lane, Tory Lane. Defendant. Okay, let's see. So it didn't make any sense. Why would she, when it'd be easier for her to, if it truly was Kelsey Harris to do that? Let me see. Uh, okay. Okay, Meg was showing incredible courage and vulnerability with um with your testimony despite repeated and grotesque attacks that you did not deserve. It's probably why she was crying in court. She wasn't crying because she lied about the whole situation. No. In spite of what Manosphere and all these others want to bring in, they want to bring in the so-called fight that she and her had over Tory Lang and stuff like that. No, that that's just a smoke screen. Let's see. Um, let's see. Wait. Let me go down, cause as I said, Kelsey Harris tried to stay out of it till she realized they were throwing her under the bus. Let's see. The juror asked. Okay, this is where the juror asked to hear about from the firearms expert about the double action safety. We explained that with the double action safety, there could be no accidental shooting. You gotta cock the gun before you can pull the trigger. Let's see. Okay, the panel also asked for a transcript of the prosecution interview of key witness Kelsey Harris, who the defense contend was the one who shot Meg Thee Stallion. During the trial, Meg Stallion testified that Lane told her to dance beat and shot her in the foot. Following a get-together at Kylie Jenner's house, the entertainer said she had no doubts that Lane fired the shots.
So let me get this right. He said dance B, and then shot at her feet.
Mm-hmm. Well, he might have actually said the words, but she said dance B. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's obvious he can't shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because according to the ballistics, it was a piece of the bullet, so it ricocheted. She got hit by the ricochet or pieces of the bullet. Mm-hmm.
I say he should go ahead and do the 20 because he's reckless. Could have got somebody killed. It's just like you got an idiot that fires into a crowd of people. You know, I don't see it any different. I think that he should do. He needs to be made an example of.
Okay, Kelsey Harris, she testified she didn't know who shot Meg Thee Stallion, didn't want to be involved in the case, and
because they don't. Because they fear. Because they fear for their careers. She don't want to have nothing to do with it. That's understandable. It's understandable that at the first time, when it all went down the first time, that all of the women were afraid. Okay, that's not uncommon. They're all afraid because you got bullies like Tory Lane shooting at them. There's no telling what else was going down over there and how many other people that they were afraid of. You heard what she said, right? She said that it already damaged her career. Because I haven't heard any more music that she's put out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything else. I haven't heard any other music that she's put out. The last thing I heard was something She did with Cardi B, and I haven't heard nothing else since. You know,
Yeah.
but when you look at the mistreatment of black women, getting back to my overall topic,
Uh-huh.
Amika, the black man is a loser, and the black man um, is constantly mistreating black women.
Mm-hmm.
So stiff penalties have to come behind these kinds of actions, because at some point something has to give. We just can't have guys going around. Hold on, I'm losing my voice. I'll be right back.
Yeah. And this is what we're talking about. She didn't. She lied in the beginning because one, she feared for her life. Two, George Floyd was at that bit. Every woman was fearing for black men being killed by the police. So instead of jumping out to the police, he shot me. We're going in the hospital because he shot my feet and stuff like that. And we don't know how the police was going to happen, and she couldn't live with herself if the police killed him. So she lied to the police about what happened. And you kind of grow up with that. You don't some people, you don't tell the police if you ain't dead or badly hurt. I mean, well, we got different definitions of badly hurt. You don't tell. You let it. It used to be handled in the community. It ain't handled in the community anymore. Women are protected. How many times have we heard of women being abused, and the man is about to get his beat down by her people or the men in the community, and she stopping them from doing it, or she's jumping on them for trying to beat up the man. That we need to cut that out. We need to stop that. And then they tore her apart. Instead of being smart about it, okay, she ain't saying nothing. We ain't gonna say nothing. The publicity people, we don't know what happened. She's at the hospital. We don't know what happened. Keep your mouth shut. But he's letting his people and the publicity tell lies on her or make her seem like she's crazy or she made it up and stuff like that. So every time she defended herself, it looked like she was making it up because she told a lie initially when the cops had pulled them over to find that she stepped on glass. In fact, the cops at the cross had to
And then he's not even,
cross-examine her.
and then he's not even grateful for what she tried to do to him. Mm-hmm. She tried to keep him from having a fatal encounter with a police officer.
Mm-hmm. And now to protect himself, he's about to throw the other woman under the bus because during the cross-examination of Harris, Kelsey Harris, the other woman, the defense attorney asked if she was aware that the defense theory was that you were the shooter. Before that, Harris said, I didn't see who shot her. I know that he shot at a fellow rapper, but he didn't say anything. She tried all kinds of ways till she realized they throwing her under the bus saying she's the shooter.
Like I said, he needs to be. I hope they hit him with all 22, but they probably won't. They'll probably get some slap on the wrist, But I think he should do all 22. He needs to be made an example of. Mm-hmm. We got to stop with this. Excuse me, disrespecting our women and hurting our women, shooting and beating up our women. That has to, cease. We're never going to get anywhere as a race of people continuing these kinds of actions. And you got men who are adults, adults in body, not in mind, not in spirit, not in, not in the heart. All they do is one show after another And it's just disrespect. Like, you guys should.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, he uses children as a prop. Because he's talking about, oh, he
You know,
got
I'm gonna
arrested
have
in front of
to.
his children.
I'm gonna have
Why
to
were your
agree
children
with.
at
I'm
the
gonna have
court?
to agree with. Hey, I'm gonna have to agree with Majestic 88. She says, "What a low down leprechaun looking coward." I'm glad Megan won, but she's different from me. I would have. I wouldn't have. She wouldn't protect some degenerate that tried to end her. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna talk about some dance B, and then start shooting at her feet.
Watching too many movies.
Exactly. What did I say earlier? Right? Didn't I say these dudes? They're in these movies too much. They either some kind of cartoon character. There's some cliche that come out of a movie. You know, they have dreams of being these big time gangsters. Don't have any dreams of being legitimately successful. None, no dreams like that. No dreams of being legitimately successful. No dreams of making a difference in their communities. No dreams of leading their communities and being the type of men that young boys look up to and want to be like. Don't have any dreams like that. You have dreams of you want to be the next Bumpy Johnson. You want to be the next Machine Gun Kelly. You know, you want to be the next John Dillinger or Jesse James, Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Wild Bill, Johnny Ringo. You understand what I'm saying?
The
Speaking of that, y'all, let me do a sidebar real. Let me do a side commentary real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody ever see the movie Tombstone? Type of one in the chat if you see a Tombstone. I'm gonna do a quick sidebar. We're gonna get back to it. There's something I want to point out about Tombstone. Okay, and if you didn't see it, you can go and see it on YouTube. It's free. It's a part of their free movies. But I was watching it, right, and I noticed something. They never changed clothes through the entire movie. Curly Bill was wearing the same shit up until he got killed. Ike Clanton was wearing the same shit until the end of the movie when they was chasing him on a horse, and he took off the blue, the red sash. The same shit. I mean, Curly Bill, Ike Clanton, Johnny Ringo, Billy, and the other dudes, they stayed in the same clothes the entire movie or up until their character was killed in the movie. Now that's okay if everything that you're doing in the movie took place in the span of one day. But apparently not. Okay? And the same thing with the guys who were dressed up in the suits and the derbies. Same shit. Nobody changed any clothes. Except for the women. I think the women, the one woman that liked the Wyatt Earp, she the only one to change clothes. And the only thing Doc Holliday changed was a vest and he put on a coat. But I mean, that's got to be super non-hygienic, right, Dane?
Yeah.
With all that heat
Non-hygienic.
out there, and Curly Bill and all them wearing the same dingy ass shirt
wait
and
a minute.
pants and
I kind of remember a scene of a bath. So you mean they took a bath and put them dirty, stinky clothes right back on?
I didn't see anybody in no bath. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I just noticed that, like, wow, they was
Well,
in the same shit, huh?
okay, well then that explains a lot about white folks and not bathing.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, changing clothes. I'm sure all of those events didn't take place in one day. Okay. I mean, the showdown at the OK Corral. I thought that was way. I mean, what did everything happen during what? I don't get it. I mean, and you know what? And then every new scene, right? The shirt will be a little cleaner. It won't have as much dust on it, so they done, patted the dust off of it. Okay. Curly Bill still got that same red shirt on. That dingy ass cowboy hat. And in the same, it's like back then you only got one outfit. I don't know. It was weird to me.
Well,
Maybe they wasn't so, huh?
maybe that's the way it was for real in the Wild Wild West. Maybe
Might
it
have
was.
been. Wow. Okay. Well, then where did the sheriff and the county get them sharp ass suits from? They was in suits and derbies and shit.
Yeah, but they probably was
That's the
funky.
one that said. That's the one when Doc Holliday called it a mining camp. The one I'm saying, awful Tony for a mining camp. We gotta look that up too. The word Tony. We gotta look that up. I know it's got something to do with the expression of clothes, but we'll look that up at some point. And you said you see how everyone else dresses. That's ironic, right? You got the stars wearing the same shit, and you got another to say, well, you see how everybody dresses? Really? Wow, we sure do. We see how everybody don't undress. I mean, keep the same shit on 24/7. And when Maddie put her dress on, she had that same dress throughout the only one that changed clothes is the rich woman.
Maybe because she's the only one that could afford
Right.
a change of clothes.
Man, she the only one that changed clothes.
But she brought them
And
clothes
then
with her.
and Billy, when he got shot like 1,000 times. They actually put a suit on him.
What? They put a suit on a dead man instead of burying him what he was wearing?
I guess the shirt he was wearing had too many holes in it or something. They shot him like 100 times. I guess they felt that shirt was finished. So, okay, look, this shirt ain't gonna do, man. It's got 17 holes in it. Let's give him a white shirt. Because Billy died at the OK Corral. That's the one that was in the. That's the one that was in the blue shirt with the set. He was the one that was going back and forth with Doc Holliday about the music. Okay. Yeah, but I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was weird, Dang, is the ticker working? The ticker isn't working?
Oh, let's see. I might have. Okay. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get back to this Megan thing. Okay. Let's cover the fact that they said she lied. Now, if she lied, what was that supposed to do about the shooting? Because she didn't lie about the shooting.
Nope.
She lied about what? Getting into a fight with somebody because they both found out that they were sleeping with Tory Lane?
That's the impression I got. But as I read, it seemed more like they took that she regret lying to the police, that she stepped on glass, because it made people not believe her and call her a liar and didn't see her as a
Right, and then
victim.
she trying to protect, a bully from getting his just due. Look, she didn't tell that fool to take out some gun and start shooting. That's a choice that he made. Why should she protect him? He ain't trying to protect her. He said, dance, B, and started shooting. What kind of
All
protection is
because
that? And actually, he
all
started shooting at her.
mm-hmm.
What
All
kind of
because
protection is
he's
that?
mm-hmm.
What if she would have got seriously injured? What if she would have died or something? Then what?
Oh, he
You would
would
have
have been
had
gone
guys
to
come here
jail.
talk about, well, it was an accident. Nah, nah, nah. That's why
Mhm.
you gotta. That's why you gotta send a message right now to the manosphere. You hit this guy. You hit this guy hard. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah, it was no
and
accident.
then right, you hit this guy hard, and you make an example out of him to show the manosphere, the sissy bims, these red pills, whatever kind of pills they are, black pills. Let them know that it will no longer be tolerated. This kind of behavior towards our women, it won't be tolerated. And you guys keep talking about simps, like that's supposed to change something.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to, simps. Women like simps. Simps are winning, and you guys are losing. Okay, a lot of women like simps. So, like I was saying, right? So, all right, good then.
Hmm.
Good.
Well, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So they tried to.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm sorry,
They
I'm
tr-
getting tired. Been up
yeah.
all
They
day.
tried. Yeah. They tried to throw the her assistant and former friend under the bus, saying that she shot her, but Harris said had maintained that she did not shoot her former best friend, for whom she was working at the time as a personal assistant. So they probably did
Well,
get argument, but not enough to shoot somebody over. Ain't worth shooting over.
I'm gonna say the lies that she's so-called told to
Hmm.
me is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
They didn't interfere with the shooting. They didn't stop the shooting. They didn't alter this shooting in any way. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're not even relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then she lied to try to cover up for him.
Yeah. But once you
And you
go to
know
the
what?
hospital and they pull a bullet out your foot, oh, all bets are at the table. Police are being called. Hey, we got a person here shot. She steadily claimed that she stepped on some glass. So
And
the
then my
police
thing
came in there
is,
and started questioning her.
you try to you try to show this fool that you on his side, and then he turn around and repay you by trying to humiliate you by telling you to dance while he shoot at your feet and make you dance.
Which makes me think it is more true that he shot at her because she disrespected his rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay,
But
she
you
told
see,
the police and she stated that she stepped on glass.
okay, but wait a minute.
And
Where did they get? Yeah, but where did they get this kind of behavior from? They get it from the movies. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. You guys are looking weaker and weaker every day, reacting like this because you're being disrespected. That just shows how weak you are and how words can trigger you to do things you shouldn't be doing.
mhm,
You shouldn't be shooting at people's feet because the chances of them to get hurt or killed is high. And you shooting because somebody said that your rhymes stink. Do he have any rhymes out?
Not that I remember.
See if you can find someone him rhyming on. We'll listen to it and make a determination if she was right or not.
Yeah. Well, I think she
And
was
what,
right just by the fact instead of channeling his energy into making a
see if
rap
you
song,
can find something.
he tried to shoot her. Okay.
Hey, see if you can find something real quick. Put in Tory Lane, rap it, whatever. And then we'll
Okay.
play it. Then me and Dan will give you a honest decision. Now, one thing about me, I'm fair. If he's good, I'll say he's good. But if he's bad, oh boy. Okay. Let's see if she was telling a lie. Let's see how good his lyrics are.
Okay.
Right.
You want a freestyle or a song?
Let's do the freestyle first. Let's see what this guy's got. Let's see what he's talking about.
Okay. Let's see. Let's try this one.
All right, y'all. We're judging whether Megan the Stallion was right by saying Tory Lanez rapping his raps were shitty. Okay, play it.
Okay. Let me add it on there.
Yeah, man, let's hear it. Let's hear what this is. Let's see if this young lady is telling the truth or not.
Okay.
All right. Let it rip.
Hop on the Funk Flex Legendary. You know, I always wanted to do this shit. Hot 97, you know how we rocking. Shout my nigga True
Okay,
Life
stop.
Swaggarian in the building, you heard?
Stop,
you know
stop.
What it
How
is,
old is he?
Funk Flex, Ciroc.
How old is he? How old is he? Because he sound like a teenager.
I don't think that was him, but okay, how old is Tory Lane?
Yeah, you sound like a teenager.
Okay, let's see.
All right, we'll get to that later. Let's play the music.
Oh, he's 30 years old.
Wow, he's 30 years old. He sounds like he's 16.
Mm-hmm. Since this happened a couple of years ago, it probably is 28 at the time.
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Talk about immaturity. Yeah, go ahead. What's with these immature 30-year-olds? Go ahead, play it.
Studios, Tory Lanez is here.
Yeah.
We're just here. I'm thinking instrumental. Let's get to it.
Let's get it.
Let's do it, Aaron's.
Turn up a little bit. Yeah. Tory Lanez got the block on whiplash. The cops on draw quick fast. So my shit stash. I keep a big fifth stashed in the whip dash. Trip catch 6 in a second like quick flash. Bitch pass if you ain't letting the click smash. I switch tags just so I can let my chicks brag. Niggas hold swag ain't half my chicks bag. No jokes, those that get you smoked like quick drags. I click fast and bang your bitch ass. Brain from your chick in the whip that I just crashed. Sound wild like Tory putting the dial down. Try and make a bitch bow down in the chows. Don't you know I sing songs with a mink on? To have chicks dripping like the sink in they string thong. I ding dong bitch bitches when the fling gone. With a mink on and 4 fingers that my ring's on. Quit drawing like you don't know my dick gone. Like I ain't been up in your chick dome since the flip phone. My ice rocky, nice jockey. So much maple leaf money, niggas think I'm playing ice hockey. I'm that fly, niggas think I'm left hooking and I'm jab writing. One thing is I ain't in that lab writing, nigga. Everything is off top. Word in my balls, spine chill. I'm ill, nigga. This is not a time drill. I used to serve on the strip and watch Seinfeld. Man, I remember serving on the strip, watching out for cops, hopping out Suburbans on the strip, working on tuck. But I've been in so many life or death situations, I just want to live it up. I dropped it off and I picked it up. Bitches want to get up, now they want to lick it up. They man hair about it next day and want to get me touched. In the Bentley tints tucked, Cuban linked up. Big chain on me case I gotta get you.
Okay, Dan, you can stop it.
Rink up, see the
Okay, I think I know what she meant about his rhyme stink. I don't think she said he flat out stink. That wasn't too bad. But look at what he's rapping about, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. He ain't talking about that. Exactly. Yeah. You know, she could have said that. Okay, dude, You got a nice flow, but you ain't talking about nothing. And he really ain't, y'all.
Mm-mm.
He got a nice flow though. I give him credit on his flow, but he need to put something in there that actually means something. He talking about gibberish in the street.
Yeah. If you could see what
Uh,
was playing, I guess I should have played.
right.
You see, nobody's moving. It's like they bored.
Exactly. And
He's
then
surrounded by a bunch of yes men.
right, and then like I mean, he used words. We don't even know half the words he using. These street words.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said something like what did he say? His dog shot 20. I don't know. Something he said that sounded crazy to me. Like what? Like he got a nice flow, but his rap does need work. He ain't really talking about nothing. I wouldn't say he stink. He got some ability, but he needs to get some rhymes that actually make sense and just stop, spitting random shit just because they rhyme. Okay? And I think that's where she was coming. I don't think she meant to disrespect him personally. I think that's what she meant. Like, dude, yeah, you got a flow, but your rhymes ain't really hitting on nothing. And she would be right. They're not. He's just spitting stuff that just rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Or
He got he has potential. He's got a nice flow. He has potential. He could be better. Okay,
yeah.
but no, I'm
All
gonna have
he's
to
talking
say
about is gang banging,
right. Yeah,
drugs, women.
and opening up a chick's spot. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Using a woman in her house to hide drugs, that's not cool. That's not cool at all, man. Yeah, I gotta stop that. This ain't a movie. And with the way these cops are now, they'll run up and shoot everybody in the house, including the kids. The kids will get it too.
Mm-hmm. And if the kids don't get it, they're taken away from their mother from being in a dangerous situation.
Yeah, I got to stop that. This is what I'd rather guys do. Put together a little fun in the hood to help single baby mamas. Okay? Let it be a little fun that they could come to once a month, get a couple of $100 out, and try to survive until they can get better. Be a savior in your community. Be a mover and a shaker in your community. Be the person that people like and that people want to help. See, if a couple of you guys put together a fund, give it a name, call it the Single Black Baby Mama Fund or something like that. I don't know. And then y'all got a couple of $1,000s in it, and you letting the women know in the hood, that they can come and get some of this money to feed their families, to feed their kids. Other people want to be a part of good things. When they see you doing something like that, it's going to get easier for you to do because other people are going to want to be a part of it. People like being a part of a good thing. Okay? So, but y'all need to, it's not cool. Matter of fact, your woman, listen, let me explain something to you guys. I'm going to go a little gent culture. Dane, do you mind if I go gent culture for a minute?
No.
I'm going to go a little gent culture. So you guys, you dweebs, listen up. Anything that has to do with, okay, did she just leave? Okay. Anything that has to do with danger, you should never want your woman around that. You should never want a female around that, period. Anything that has to do with danger, Anything that can get her in trouble. You know why? Because when you look at the dynamic that we have between baby mamas and single baby dads, we can't afford the mother going to jail because then who's going to take care of the kids? Then the kids ain't going to have nobody. You guys are already pumping and dumping and leaving these kids, leaving these women with a whole bunch of kids. You guys don't want to pay child support. You don't want to do nothing, right? Except hump like you some kind of dog. Okay? So don't make it worse by using their houses as safe houses for your drugs. I don't care if she's a crackhead. What you should be doing is trying to get her some help if she a crackhead. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about being a good guy, right? Being a good guy who has some morals. I'm not saying that you got to put on a cape and fly to the rescue, right? Just be a decent dude, right? When you're that way, you don't never have to hide. You can always do what you're doing out in the open and people will help you. But when you're the bad guy, you got to hide. Cops looking for you. People mad because you got their daughter shot up because the cops is chasing you. So let me explain something to you. When you listen to the lyrics that this guy finished talking about, is that the life that you guys want to live? A life of a gangster, somebody who can't go anywhere? There was a part in there where he said he do songs in a mink coat or something like that. That's that pimp stuff. Again, you guys are cliches. Stop living your life as a cliche and live your life as a real person. You're not the Mac. You're not Superfly. You're not Iceberg Slim. Okay? You're not Fluky Stokes. You're not Bishop Don Juan. You aren't any of these guys. You're not Teddy Rowe. You're not Bumpy Johnson. You're not Nicky Barnes. You're not Teflon Don. You're not Machine Gun Kelly or Jesse James or Wild Bill. You ain't none of these people. Y'all have to stop living your lives in fairy tale. This is not a movie. You guys want to be famous for the wrong things. There was a movie called Troy, right? And what's his name? Who played Achilles? Brad Pitt. Okay. Now, of course, they did the story. They took a lot of stuff out and they changed the story because Achilles was gay, right? And his cousin was actually his lover. Okay, so Brad Pitt wasn't trying to hear all of that, so they changed the role of what Achilles was, right? But let me explain something to you. There was something that was very important in that movie that I want to share with you guys. So smoke this over, all right? One thing that they were interested in that I thought was the dumbest thing in the whole world, but for them, that's the way they lived. You see, they were about that life. Okay? They were going to war, 100,000 man armies. They were really about that life. You guys ain't about that life. A lot of you dudes, man, are like 125 pounds soaking wet. You think you're big and bad because you carry a Glock that most of the time outweighs you. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. So, don't think you can't get smoked. But anyway, Agamemnon, right? He wanted to conquer Troy because he wanted to control this river called the Aegean, right? And It was a war, a famous war, that anybody who fought in this war, their names will be remembered for 1,000 years. Right? Now, Achilles' mother was supposed to have been a goddess, right? Or whatever, right? And he went and he talked to his mama. He said, she told him that if he don't go into the war, he would get married, he would have kids, and they would love him or whatever. But when he dies, only they will remember him, right? And his name will be lost. No lie. This is how these dudes was on it back then, right? That meant something to him, right? So he said, but she said, if you go to this war, your name will be remembered for 1,000 years. But she said, your glory also walks hand in hand with your doom. Now think about that for a second, right? Think about that for a second. You can go and grab all of this glory, but it's going to cost you your life at the same time. Okay? I know more, and because I hate pimps. I hate pimps, man. Those are all the names I heard growing up. I hate pimps because I think pimps are dangerous to women, especially black women. I don't like nothing about pimps. I think pimps, I'll get into that later, but no, yeah. These are all the pimps. They were all in the neighborhoods and stuff. There's all these guys that were talked about. And so what I was saying was, so he chose to go to the war anyway. He wasn't cool with the kids, whatever. So he chose to go to the war. And he fought in that war. And he was killed. It's funny how the way he died, right? He wasn't killed by anybody that was stronger than him. He was actually killed by a lesser man. Okay? Was actually a coward. Right? And that's the way you guys are. You are Achilles in this day and age, and you want your glory to walk hand in hand with your doom. That's what you want to live for, man. You want to live for. You want to go out in a blaze of glory. You want to go out like Bugsy Siegel went out, spraying with 2 Tommy guns. This generation is going to take some time to pass because the generation that's coming up after this one, they're messed up even worse. But it's the generation after this one coming up is where they have to get to. They have to get to. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. You guys are so concerned about your name being spoken for the wrong things. You guys don't want to do the right thing. Sitting up on social media talking negative about women, that's not doing the right thing. What solutions are you offering? Are you offering any solutions? Are you offering any treaties to the black women? Are you offering even a sit down to where y'all can talk without trying to tear each other's heads off? Are you offering any kind of truce, any kind of protection, and have like a summit with black women and listen to their side as they listen to your side? Are you ready to come together and try to reconcile with the black woman? When are you going to start doing these things? And stop being childish, chasing around fanciful fairy tales. You guys are too old to think that you're Superman or Spider-Man or the Incredible Hulk or Bumpy Johnson or Thanos. You guys are grown men. You're too old for that. Too old for that. It's time to grow up. Stop playing with the toys. Leave the toys with the kids. You're no longer a kid. You have huge responsibilities. It's about time you get to it. Because it isn't going to change unless you change it. You can sit up here till you're blue in the face, talk all this stuff about black women. Black women are winning. Black women are doing their own thing. You're the only one sitting up here that ain't doing nothing but running your mouth. And most of you who run your mouth, right? A black woman is feeding you. A black woman is clothing you. A black woman is giving you a place to stay. A black woman is putting money in your pocket. You know, the craziest thing I heard, okay? Hey, Dane.
Yes.
Dane, we can't show that picture, right?
What picture?
Shaka almost.
Let me see. I don't think so. No. Hold on. Let me check. I think. Let me open back up.
Yeah, just try to see if you can show it. I want to show you. I want to make a quick point about something I heard from a so-called black man, and then I'm gonna show you who that so-called black man is, and then you can make a determination on your own. But getting back to what I was saying, yeah, it's time for you guys to do something different, okay? The pump and dump thing doesn't work, right? Either put away these book bags, put down the PlayStation, put down the Xbox, and grow up and behave like adult men. Talk about things adult men talk about, like making money, building infrastructure, strengthening our schools, raising our children, getting them into situations such as medical and lawyers, getting them in position, building some wealth. These are the things y'all need to be talking. We shouldn't be talking about black women had an attitude. So what? What business is that of yours? If she has an attitude, that ain't none of your business. Why are you concerned, right, with things that women are concerned with? Okay? Stay out of women's business. Can you show it there?
No, so I'm trying to go.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's a guy out here named Shaka Amos, right? And he said, the greatest thing, he said today, the greatest threat to the black man's health and well-being is the black woman. And I just want to know if he is including himself, because he thinks he's a dominant black woman. He is what we call alpha feminine. An alpha feminine male is a male that thinks he is a dominant black woman. So I'm wondering if he included himself in that. We have a picture with him in full drag, Egyptian full drag, makeup, everything. Matter of fact, and then he wearing the what's that name? A body skirt?
Uh, I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a little black dress.
Wow. So I'm wondering if he includes himself, since he thinks that he's an alpha black woman. You know, hey, dude, are you including yourself?
Okay. Oh, not that one.
Yeah, victory music. Um, and the thing about it is, these guys don't have no ambition. I hear you guys talk. I go by your channel sometime and listen to the conversations you have. You guys have no expectations for yourselves. If one or two of you do have expectations, it's extremely low. You don't expect nothing of yourself, and you don't expect anything of each other. You guys couldn't even push each other. You couldn't even inspire each other to even do anything because you don't have what it takes inside. You're weak. You are effeminate. Many of you have become femboys. You have abandoned male attire for female attire. You think that you can sit up here and out argue women. It's sad when you come to that type of state of mind where you feel she ain't gonna get away with nothing. I'm gonna win this argument. You don't want to go out and build a house. Your biggest thing is to try to win an argument with a woman,
Okay.
huh?
All right. I'm trying to get it to show bigger.
Yeah,
Shaka almost in his little black dress.
yeah. Y'all see that? That's the guy right there that said the greatest threat to a black man's health and well-being is the black woman. And look at the way he's dressed. Okay, you can get that. Get him off the screen.
Okay.
Right. And the thing about it is, and the sad part about this is, right, you have other black men supporting you. So, I mean, you right, brother Amos, you right. Well, wrapping it up with Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. The lies that the lies that they said she told don't add up to a hill of beans because they didn't interfere at all with the shooting. Her lies about other stuff in the shooting are two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
And one of those lies, she tried to cover up for him
Mm-hmm.
by saying she had glass in her feet. And he needs to, like I said, I hope they give him 22 years to send a message that this type of behavior isn't tolerated and it's going to be met with severe penalties. Any more negative action towards our women, such as this, is going to be met with severe penalties. And it won't be until they start making examples out of these guys when this stuff will stop. And I don't like the fact that the guys are coming to his defense. And none of the guys are coming to Megan's defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. That's it for me. Glad to be back. We'll probably do a Christmas show tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Hope everybody did their shopping. You know, hope you guys have a joyous and blessed holiday. Then you want to say a few things before we get out of here?
Let's see. Peace, power, and unity. Thanks for showing up and support. And we all agree that in spite of what the manosphere spread, she didn't lie about being shot.
No, she did. She didn't lie about being shot. And one of them lies she tried to save. She tried to save him. Are they talking about that? Is the manosphere talking about that? That she tried to save him with one of them lies?
Yeah.
I bet you they ain't talking about that, right? All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Merry Christmas, everybody. If we don't do a show until next week, Merry Christmas. But, we might do something tomorrow, depending on how. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. We got a Christmas Eve show with Ladies Night tomorrow night. Okay. All right. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Christmas Eve show. Peace, power, and unity. Okay, Dan. I'm out of here.
All right. Let me get us back into the music.